Haunted Mask 2, Chapter 11. I grabbed the front of my sweatshirt. I pressed both hands tightly against the bulge of the mask. Whoa, I murmured, holding the mask in place under the sweatshirt. Sure, stop imagining things, Steve. I scolded myself. Calm down. The mask is starting to slip down your chest. That's all. Well, it wasn't moving. It didn't bite you. Get in the house, as I ordered myself. Hide the thing in a drawer in your room, and pull yourself together. Why was I so nervous? The scariest part was over, and I had escaped with one of the great masks. Now it was my turn to scare other people. Why was I standing there, scaring myself? I'm still holding the mask in front of my sweatshirt. I pushed open the front door and stepped into the house. Down, boy! Get down, Sparky! I cried as I held back as the little black terrier greeted me. He leaped off the floor, bouncing off me, barking and whining as if he hadn't seen me in 20 years. Get down, Sparky! Down! I want to sneak into the house, run to play right up to my room and stash them away before my parents heard me return. But Sparky ruined that plan. Steve, is that you? Mom stormed the living room, a fretful frown on her face. She glared at me in anger. He blew a cool blonde hair over my eyes. Where on earth were you? Your father and I went and ate dinner. Yours is ice cold by now. Sorry, Mom, I said, still holding the mask front end of my sweatshirt to keep the mask in place as I tried to push Starkey away. The lock of hair fell back on my forehead. She blew it away at it again. Where were you? Well, think fast, Steve. You can't tell Mom you snuck out to steal a Halloween mask from the basement store. I had to help Chuck with something I found. No, Ian, sir. Sure, it was a lie, but it wasn't a serious lie. I'm usually a very honest guy, but all I cared about was having the mask. I had it, and I was desperate to get out from under my sweatshirt, and I hid it in a safe place in my room. Well, you should have told me where you were going, Mom scolded. Your father went out to do grocery shopping, but he's very angry too. You should have been home for dinner. I lowered my head. Sorry, Mom. Sparky gazed up at me. Was he staring at the bulge in my sweatshirt? If the dog could see it, my mom could see it. I'll take my coat off and come right down, I told her. I didn't give her a chance to reply. I spun around and leaped up the stairs and ran up two at a time. I fell down the hall, bursting into my room and slammed the door behind me. I took a few steps to catch my breath. I listened hard, making sure that Mom hadn't followed me upstairs. No, I couldn't. I hear her banging around in the kitchen, warming up my dinner. I couldn't wait to check out the mask. Which one did I take? When the mask came on the store basement, and I grabbed the mask without looking. I stuffed it under my sweatshirt before I could see. Now I eagerly reached under the sweatshirt and pulled out my hand-won prize. Whoa! I raised it in both my hands and admired the old mask. I took the mask out of the creepy old man. I smoothed out its long strings of yellow-white hair, holding it by the big pointy ears. I lifted it in front of my face and I examined it closely. A single white tooth hung down over the bottom lip. A brown wormhole poked through the center of the tooth. Without side on the front tooth. The big tooth had scraped my chest. I realized that's what made me think the mask was biting me. The mouth was twisted in an evil sneer, and the lips curled into long, like two brown worms. The long nose had globs of green dripping from each nostril. A square patch of skin was missing just above the forehead. I could see a gray skull before the mask. The whole face was creased and lined. The flesh was a sticky green, and the skin appeared to be peeled off the mask. Dark scalps bulged from the sunken cheeks. Black spiders appeared to crawl through the stringy yellow hair. Spiders poked out of the 2 ears. Yuck! I cried. What was I holding the scariest Halloween mask in the world? No, in the universe. I began to feel a little queasy just holding it. I rubbed the scary chubby with one finger. The skin felt warm, like real skin. Hee hee hee. I cracked like an old man. Hee hee hee. I tried a dry crackle. Look out, hogs! I told myself when I come leaping out at you on Halloween in this mask, you will my skins. Hee hee hee. I ached the long, ugly long hair over the back of the head, and my fingers spun over the spiders, tangled in the hair. The spiders didn't feel rubbery; they felt soft and warm like the skin. I gazed down happily at the disgusting old face. It stared back at me. The worn lips quivered. Should I try it on? I carried it over to the mirror on my closet. I was dying to see what it looked like. I did on over for just a sec. I decided long enough to see how ugly and frightening I'd look. Holding it in both my hands, I risked the scope over my head, and then slowly, carefully, very carefully, I began to pull the mask down over my face. The end.